The jackalope might be considered a fairly recent addition to the realms of folklore. The creature has a few origins, but it can be agreed that it is American. In the town of Douglas, Wyoming, in the early 1800s, hotelier Roy Ball had a strange creature mounted on the wall, a rabbit with antlers, known as the jackalope. Part jackrabbit, part antelope. Roy Ball claimed to have caught it while out trapping and boasted of it proudly to tourists who frequented his hotel. That's one story of its origin. There is another, perhaps more feasible story. In the town of Douglas, Wyoming, in the early 1800s, there were two brothers who had been out hunting in the woods. They had caught a rabbit but were in a rush, so threw the rabbit aside when they got home to run for their supper. Upon returning to their catch, they found the rabbit slumped under a pair of antlers, and having once taken a taxidermy class, saw an opportunity to make a legend. They sold the cryptid to local hotelier Roy Ball for a fair amount of cash, and started a business of making the mythic beast for sale to other aficionados of the jackalope. As sales of the mounted jackalopes grew, so did its lore. The jackalope is bigger than you would think and is a fearsome creature despite its herbivore nature. Those who go up against it are likely to be mauled by its antlers, as the beast will turn to face a hunter and isn't scared of a fight. Also considered unthinkingly fast, leaving only a cloud of dust in its wake. Being extremely hard to catch and survive is presumably the reason there are so few examples of jackalopes today. Not only is the beast fearsome, but it is said to be able to talk and mimic. On cool, dark nights, as a rancher would sing to his cattle, or encampments would tell stories around the fire, the jackalope could be heard repeating the words, leaving an uncanny echo in its wake. In the instance that one could capture a jackalope and gather its milk, they would find themselves in great fortune, for the jackalope's milk is said to be able to cure most illnesses and be highly beneficial to humans. While this seems an outlandishly difficult thing to do, you may have a little luck should you offer it whiskey. The jackalope is said to love whiskey so much that it would walk right up to a human offering it. While the jackalope is considered to have come about in the early 1800s, it may well have origins in pre-colonial America. Nanabozo is a god known to the Anishinaabe people as a trickster god, and was part of the creation story of North America, known as Turtle Island. Nanabozo has the ability to shapeshift and often chooses the form of a rabbit. This has led people to pair the jackalope and Nanabozo. However, from what I have read, Nanabozo is not depicted to have antlers, and so does not quite align with the jackalope. Another origin is the Shope papilloma virus, a strange illness found in rabbits that creates large tumours that look like horns and antlers that protrude from the rabbit's face. It was first found in Iowa in the 1930s, where hunters found the protrusions on their game. These tumours can affect eating and lead to starvation in the afflicted rabbit. It is possible that the Herrick brothers who created the taxidermy piece had seen one of these afflicted rabbits and got the idea that way. But the virus hadn't been identified when the brothers made the original jackalope, though that doesn't mean that it wasn't around. What do you think? Do you think Roy Ball actually trapped the first jackalope? Was it simply a lucky experiment for the Herrick brothers? Did the trickster god, Nanabozo, create these creatures in their likeness to prank humanity? Or was it simply the first recorded condition of the Shope papilloma virus? I'd like to hear your thoughts. The town of Douglas, Wyoming, still capitalizes on the legend. There is a statue of the creature, and tourists can acquire hunting licenses to capture one jackalope, should they be so lucky. If you're still here, let me know if you enjoyed this by commenting, liking, and following. I had some difficulty in finding much information on Nanabozo. I can't tell if there simply isn't much, or we just haven't properly recorded the oral stories into written form. If you know stories about Nana Bozo, please share them and any references you have. That's all I have on the jackalope. Go and pet a bunny or Frankenstein yourself a new creature. And if you're out hunting in Wyoming, beware the jackalope and don't let yourself get stuck on the pointy bits.